Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the KETIV Autodesk Virtual Academy. I'm your host, Nigel Mbayek, as usual. But today I'm joined by a special guest and one of my colleagues here on the Lifeline team, Daniel. Hi, Daniel. How's it going?
Hey, Nigel. Thanks for asking. I'm doing pretty well.
Nice. Perfect. So welcome all of you today to have a great session ahead of us here. Expect to be here for maybe 30 to 40 minutes, depending on how long Q&A takes. Along that same line, if you have any questions at any time, whether they be about the presentation at hand or just anything else in general, go ahead and type those into the chat box, and me and Daniel will go ahead and address those either during the presentation or at the dedicated Q&A at the end. As you can see on the screen here, today we'll be showing you some of the installation and updates with the desktop application, as well as some user management things. So for people, those of you on here who are things like CAD managers, or software admins at your company, this will be very useful. As over the last year, some of this stuff has gone from optional to mandatory. So definitely good to know, so you're not stuck at the time of need. Daniel's going to go and take care of that. You might be asking why we're doing something like this. Well, the desktop application was updated a couple of weeks ago. You might have seen that in your system tray that says, hey, new update for Autodesk Desktop Application. And the reason for that update is they've added some new functionality, kind of in conjunction with the 2018 releases, in which you can, more easily install your products directly from the desktop app. Daniel will show you how to do that here pretty soon. But yeah, just we're letting you know all of this just in case you wanted to get ready on that hype train for 2018 products in general. If you need to know how to install them as they have just come out, and you have some questions, hopefully we'll address those here today. And if you ever do have any questions in regards to, installation, activation, things like that, feel free to call us here at KETIV. We're more than happy to help. So with that, I'll go ahead and pass it on to Daniel, and we're in for a good session today. So go ahead, Daniel.
All right, guys, as we mentioned, we'll be going over installation and updates with Autodesk Desktop Application. Even in a broader sense, we want to actually just talk about Autodesk accounts. We want to talk about the different roles available, what you can do through it, and how to make the most of what's available to you as a account holder at Autodesk. So just 3 things we want you guys to at least be able to get out of this session. First, we want you guys to be able to navigate your Autodesk account, just to better manage software and the users using it, and also to empower those users to stay connected so that they can be up to date on latest software, and also to bring it all together, how to find those updates, not only through the website, but also through your Autodesk Desktop app. We're going to just be discussing that. So first off, we're just going to go over some terms. We want to be able to well define these terms so that you guys and us, we're on the same page about them. First one is the contract manager or the primary administrator. This person is the head honcho, I guess, of your contract. He's in charge of everything contract related, whether that's purchasing or renewing or maintaining the serial number so that they don't expire. That's what this person is in charge of. They're also in charge of user management. And by user management, we're talking about giving permissions to users so that they can use software and they can access different services. Luckily, they're not alone in that. They don't have to manage everything. They can get help from a software coordinator or a secondary administrator. That's what we talk about next. Again, software coordinator or second administrator is the second in command, I guess, of these contracts and these serial numbers. So they can aid and assist the contract manager in adding users or editing permissions. That's their primary role, right, to help and assist. But also, they'll also be getting email correspondence with Autodesk and being able to download and install as well, keeping track of updates. But his biggest assistance role is going to be with user management. He's going to be helping assign those named users, keeping track of who's using what, so that you guys don't exceed the number of seats you're allowed to use, and things like that. So together, the contract manager and the software coordinator, hand in hand, are going to be the administrators of your account, really managing the permissions and the software and the downloads. So right now, we're just going to quickly go over also how to assign a software coordinator. Some of you guys may have never even heard of this term, software coordinator, or probably didn't even know that you can assign someone to do some of this work for you. So we're just going to talk about that really quickly. So if you're a contract manager, you should pay attention. We're going to be talking about assigning software coordinators. So in this next screen, we're showing you what it looks like to be a contract manager. As a contract manager, you will see this web page. This web page is your account portal at manage.autodesk.com. In that management tab of your account portal, you'll see this left panel right here, where you can select this button for users. You'll see a list of users, or you may see even like large boxes, but you'll be able to also see this link for manage software coordinators. This is, again, to assign software coordinators. So if you click this button, you'll get this window, right? And now it's really important that you're on this coordinator management tab. So if you're not on it, go ahead and click that, and then select the contract you want to edit. So if you have multiple contracts, you can just do one at a time, but it's really important that you select the contract here. Once you do, you'll be given the contract coordinator management screen, where you have to, it's really important to select products here, this tab. By default, it selects software coordinators, but switch over to the products tab, and then you'll get this edit button available. If you hit that edit button, you'll get this list of serial numbers, show, and then you can assign, right? Once you hit assign, you'll get this serial number, product, deployment. Right here, it'll say your name as the contract manager by default, but to switch it, you're going to click this, and you'll get this window here. Now here, you'll see either a list of names, and you can actually select from there if you already have a list of names. But if you don't see any names, that's okay too. You can hit add. By hitting the add button, you'll get this window where you can put in a first name, a last name, an email, and optionally a phone number, up to you. And then go ahead and click add, and then their name will appear under software coordinator now, and then you can hit apply to all, and then you're all good to go. You're gonna see another screen that says okay, but just click through that, and then you're done. That's the software coordinator now for those contracts, those serial numbers. They can now help you and assist you managing the users and the software that they can use. So you can really keep track of who's using what and how many. And now that that's done, again, they're going to be helping you with that. So the contract manager, software coordinator can both now look at the users, adding named users, editing permissions, and things like that. So now as a software coordinator or contract manager, you can click this button. You'll see this on your panel now. If you didn't before, you will now as a software coordinator. Click this button as users. This is a newer interface for Autodesk's management website, but it's relatively the same. You may see the classic version, you may see the newer version, but the functionality has remained where you can add users here. So go ahead and find the add user button at the top right. By clicking this button, you'll get this small blue dialog box where you can input their names, first name, comma, last name, comma, and then email. You can add multiple users here if you would like, just by simply adding a semicolon after the email, and then following the same format there. Once you hit send invite, it'll send an email off to that address or those addresses, and then it'll invite them to click the link to come join you in your Autodesk account, becoming under your management. They'll automatically populate under your list as a named user, but it'll say pending. That just means they haven't selected that link yet to accept your invitation. But even before they select the link and become active users, you can still edit their roles and give them permission. And the way you do that is you simply select their name here on the list, right? And then you'll get a list of products. These products are products in your contract that you manage as a contract manager or a software coordinator. Some things to note, this number here, circled, that's the number of seats available. When you click it, it goes down by 1. You may see that yours says 0, and you're kind of expecting it to say 1 at least, and you're kind of confused. Should be noted, by default, contract managers get assigned the seat. So if you're expecting 1 and you don't have 1, go ahead and check your email address and your account access first and see if you've been assigned it. You just have to uncheck it and then go back to the user you want to have access and check that user. And then just hit back, and then that person will now have access to the software you've been assigned. Theirs will look something similar to mine. This is what mine looks like. I've been given access to these various softwares. I can see AutoCAD, the downloads and the updates. If I hit downloads, it'll give me a tab for downloads or updates and add-ons, and so I have access to both of those. Now, I wouldn't be able to have access to the downloads or the updates unless all of the previous mentioned setup has taken place, right? So this is all just a setup so that all of your users can just continue to be connected and remain up to date on all things Autodesk. Without any of the previous stuff, they won't see any of this, and they won't get updates, and they won't get downloads. And so this is like the one-spot location where your users can now come and find all of that. Again, this is mandatory for subscription or term-based users because of the way that Autodesk is transitioning with their permissions to use software. You have to set this up. But even for maintenance contracts or perpetual licenses, I highly recommend it so that your users can stay connected with updates. Not only that, as contract manager, you can better track who's using which serial number, how many of them are being used. You can also really just manage that a little bit better as an administrator. And the last thing we're going to discuss is the desktop app, like we mentioned in the beginning. It's great to find everything in one location on the website, but you can actually find it on your desktop app as well. And the reason why that's even greater is because what the web page can't do is alert you when there's new updates. It can't. You have to actually log in and check for them yourself, and you can get lost basically, right? So what the desktop app will do is it'll alert you when those updates come out, and it'll be specific to your account, and it'll be relevant to what you need. So I'll go ahead and show you guys what I mean by that. I'm going to just switch over real quick. There's basically two ways to get to your desktop app. So you'll find it here, bottom right, system tray. The Autodesk icon, that's your desktop app right there. You can double click it here to open it. If it's not there and you have closed it, you can actually search for it in your start menu by typing Autodesk Desktop App. You can open it that way as well. Let me go ahead and show you what it would look like. It shows you your updates. It's going to give you different hotfixes available for products already installed on your computer, like Inventor and things like that. My AutoCAD has no updates available. And so this is actually not what I want to see. I actually want to see AutoCAD 2018 because I have a subscription for that. I want to download it and have it available. I want to know that it's been released. So I actually have to sign in. So I'm going to do that now. I'm going to show you guys. Right. And so you'll see here that once I sign in and once it refreshes everything, it's going to look a little different, and it's going to actually be specific to my account, right? So it refreshed here. I'm now logged in, but as you can see already, you can see the AutoCAD 2018. And so this is, again, specific to the account and the permissions I've been given by my contract manager to see AutoCAD 2018. Not only can I see the download that it's available, I can actually agree to the terms and install from here right now. Just click this button and it'll begin the installation process. To take it a step further, I can also view and look at the serial numbers so that I can install the software and activate it upon installation. Another thing that wasn't here before is this My Products icon at the top here. Earlier, it was just My Updates, but if I hit the My Products, it'll show you all the products that I have under my contract. And not only can I see them, but I can launch them. Even 2017 stuff, I can agree to terms and install them. I can launch from here. It's kind of like their one-spot location for access to Inventor, access to Autodesk software. Again, like I was saying earlier, it will alert you when you have updates available. So this little tiny icon right here, it means that there's updates available. Use that little star. You can also right-click and check now for updates. And then it'll kind of tell you, oh, there's some updates available that you can start downloading right now. I should also note that you might want to turn off like antivirus or firewalls during the installation process like this. And definitely your user access controls, I would put those down to like a minimum if possible, if your network allows it, just to get a smoother download and installation. Yeah, that's the desktop app. It's been highly revamped. It's more efficient, more helpful, more useful in getting you your updates and letting you know that there are updates available. But again, it's only as good as the permissions you've been given or the setup that your contract manager has allowed. So if it's an account that has nothing in it, then it's really going to show you not too much. It's going to show you what you have downloaded and installed, but not much more than that. So in summary, yeah, we've discussed a lot about different roles that different accounts have. So even if you're not a contract manager, as a named user, you can better understand what it means when it says you do not have permissions, you need to contact your administrator, you know who to look for, either the contract manager or the software coordinator, to give you these permissions so that you can access these updates, access these downloads. And as contract managers, you now know that you can empower your users to stay connected with updates and with downloads. And then you can also bring in help with software coordinators and things like that. Also that you can also use the desktop app to its fullest, especially as we really believe Autodesk is going to continue pushing out more connection, and we really believe it's going to be through Autodesk apps and Autodesk accounts. So regardless of your subscription status, whether it's a term-based or a maintenance plan, we really highly recommend just staying up to date on all of this so that you can manage your account to the fullest. Just going to transition to time of questions and answers. It looks like a lot of questions have come in. We're just going to be taking those one at a time. Hopefully we'll get to all of them. We might not be able to, but we'll try our best.
Certainly, yeah. So like Daniel did mention, if you do have any questions, go ahead and type them into the chat box at any time. Or if you have a question you think might take a little bit longer to answer, or you want to talk to us on the phone, you can go ahead and email questions@ketiv.com or call that number and ask for our Lifeline team. You might get one of us, you might get one of our colleagues, but we're all able to answer any of these questions about account management and things like that. So let's go ahead and take a look at these questions. This one's from Andy Johnson. Hey, Andy, how's it going? Looks like we have a couple of Andys in here, actually. So Andy asks, it sounds to me like a user is forced to make an Autodesk account to be able to update to the new releases. For example, things like R2s, R3s, .2, .3 updates. So just so everyone's familiar with the terminology now, Autodesk is using different terminology. They're not using the R2 and R3, R4, etc., as they have in the past. They've kind of switched it to a dot system. So the new updates, as you'll see them for 2018, will be 2018.1, 2018.1.1, depending on if there's service packs within that release or not. In regards to getting those, if you want to get them through the desktop application, yes, you are going to have a named user access for that. But you can always, I know a lot of contract managers will just download that update themselves and then have that executable on their machine and then just roll that out to everybody if needed. If you want to keep everyone kind of in the same environment, you can still do that like you have before. Yeah. All right, cool. Another question, as a software coordinator, or I guess contract manager in this case too, either or, if I remove permissions from a user, does that disallow them from using the software on their workstation?
If you're on a subscription, yes. Not so much on a maintenance or perpetual license. So on a subscription, that permission is to use the software. So if you take away that permission, they'll no longer see the downloads, they'll no longer see updates. And they will no longer be able to access the software.
Right.
They'll be logged out of their Autodesk account, and then they'll be asked to log in. When they log in, it'll say, oh, contact your contract manager.
Contract manager or a local reseller, things like that.
And then if you're on a maintenance plan, it actually won't block you out of the software. The maintenance plans are not named user specific. They're by your serial numbers. But they won't be able to see updates. So if you're on a maintenance plan and you don't want them to see updates or downloads, you can remove that permission. I know a lot of people that do opt for that as well.
Yep. So yeah, just in short, if you have term-based subscription, yes, it does remove access. If not, no. So yeah, so any new seat obviously is going to be subscription only, which means that yes, you will lose access. And that's a way to, if someone leaves your company, just get rid of their access. If they're using like their personal computer or something, that'll get them off as well. So it's a good thing real there. All right, cool. So let's answer the big question. This is come a couple of times, and this has come into support a few times. I see a lot of people typing in here, 2018 suites available.
Not yet. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, so the individual products are available for Inventor, AutoCAD, and Vault, I believe. And slowly they're rolling out other ones as they get ready to do so. The collection of all of those products being suites that a lot of our perpetual customers do have are not available yet. Expect to see those by the earliest next Monday, is what Autodesk has told us, and that's by the earliest. So and they don't roll it out to every single person at once. I think they do it in like chunks of alphabet. So if you're near the front, maybe you'll get it on Monday. If you're closer to Z, maybe Tuesday or Wednesday.
Interesting.
But if you do have any questions about whether or not you can see something, let us know, and we can help you with that. You can always install trial
of Inventor.
Yeah, if you just want to get the 2018 version of whatever product you want now, and that's available as a standalone product, just download a trial. You have to activate it for 30 days. So, within the next week or so, you'll have your serial number, plug that guy in, and you'll just be able to fully activate the software. So that's for those people who want 2018. In regards to that as well, make sure you tune in next week. What's next week, Daniel?
What's new in Inventor 2018, I believe.
Exactly. And that's with Lauren Welch, product manager at Autodesk. And yeah, if you want to see some of the new functionality, definitely be there for that. My favorite thing in there is AnyCAD for AnyCAD, or AnyCAD for Inventor, I guess. So I guess you'll see that next week, but essentially there is a way to open 2018 files in 2017, which is big for those people who are working with people who aren't in the same version as them. So yeah, so products are available, and if you need them and you don't have access to them in your account yet because you have suites, go ahead and just download trials. It'll be good to go that way. All right, let's see here. And this one's from Chris. I am contract manager and IT admin. I cannot see or download the latest updates only on Inventor 2017 in the download list. Can you review why some updates don't appear? Some of the updates won't appear if you already have them. I don't know if you're talking about the desktop app or in your management portal, your account portal. If you don't see them in the desktop app, that's something we need to probably look into for you. If they're not in your account portal, I wouldn't know why. But you won't see updates for things that aren't installed on your computer.
You shouldn't, anyways.
Yeah.
So if it's not in your account portal,
looks like it is in the account portal. We can take a look at that, Chris. Probably have to follow up with you or with our Lifeline team here. Daniel, if you want to just jump to that Q&A slide anyways. But yeah, it looks like we'll follow up with you, Chris, and we'll figure out what's going on, why you can't see certain updates and things like that. Because in the desktop app, it won't. It knows to update or to install things in a certain order. If there's like an order of hierarchy, it knows.
But the account portal will not know. So the account portal, you have to kind of search for the updates. You have to like literally search for them. And that's why we recommend the desktop app, which is a lot more easy. It's a lot easier. It recognizes what's already on your computer and things like that. So I'll go over that with you, Chris. I'll talk after this, and then I can kind of show you where to search. And if it's not showing up, even with the search, we might have a bigger problem on our hands, and hopefully we'll resolve that for you.
Exactly. So yeah, we'll make sure that happens. So definitely there's a couple of follow-ups. I'll make sure that probably each of us will get one of those. No worries. And expect to hear a phone call from us pretty shortly here. Let's see here. Looks like Ray has a question about opening 2017 files with 2018.
You confused them with that.
I might have confused you. So with Inventor 2018, you can save your file as 2018 and use AnyCAD to get it to 2017.3.1. We'll go over that a little bit more next week to see how that quote-unquote backwards compatibility works with 2018 and that particular version of 2017. And yeah, hopefully we didn't confuse you there. But,
yeah, so it's not back saving; it's saving in the same version and then using AnyCAD to go
open it in the older version.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty neat. I would stay tuned. Definitely come in next week and see what that's all about.
Exactly. And before I forget, next week is Inventor. The week after that is Vault. What's new in 2018 Vault? Another product manager from Autodesk, actually on the same team as the Inventor guys, because Inventor and Vault's the same team. He's going to be doing a webcast for us. Instead of Thursday at 10, it's going to be Friday at 10. So definitely, I'll send an email out to all the AVA subscribers, just letting you all know that there is going to be a schedule change in 2 weeks. Instead of Thursday, it's Friday. If you can't make it because of scheduling, we understand. But like all our videos, where are they, Daniel?
YouTube.
They're on our YouTube channel. So if you need to see where they are, just Google, or you don't have to Google youtube.com. Just go to youtube.com and then in the search bar type KETIV or KETIV AVA, and you'll be able to find our channel with, I think it's like 70 plus videos now. It's crazy. Just all AVAs, which is cool. And to answer Conrad's question here, yes, I was about to get to that. The week after the Vault one is what's new in AutoCAD 2018. So just to give you a little idea of what's going to be happening in the next couple of weeks, this week was installing software, which kind of ties in with getting new software, which ties into what's new in the new software. So next week is Inventor 2018. The week after that, on Friday, is going to be Vault 2018. And then the week after that is going to be Vanilla AutoCAD 2018. If you want to know more about what's in the AutoCAD verticals, reach out to us. If there's enough interest, I guess we could see if we can get someone on the Autodesk team to help us do a full-blown presentation. But if you just want to know what's in there, let us know. We can find that information for you, kind of send you readmes of what's new as well. If you want to read up on it, you don't want to wait, go to our blog. That's blog.ketiv.com, or just Google KETIV blog. And we do have a couple, oh my gosh, my voice is going hoarse. We do have a couple of blog posts with the what's news in the products. So if you want to get a first glance before actually seeing them in action, definitely be there. And like we noted earlier, if you have any questions on whether or not you are the contract manager at your company, or you should be the contract manager at your company, ask us, and then I'll direct you to Daniel. He'll take all those calls. So yeah, with that, I think we should be good for today. Thank you all for staying on board. So yeah, be tuned next week, Thursday, same time, 10 a.m. for what's new in Inventor 2018 with product manager Lauren Welch. So yeah, I'm super excited. I will actually be here for that one, but then I'll be gone for a couple of weeks. So you might see more of Daniel. Who knows? So yeah, thanks all for attending, and we'll see you soon. Thanks.